Yes, hello everybody. This is just a small story of how to, how can I say, let people know the sort of journey I had to get myself on the waterways of the United Kingdom. There's this picture here, and I thought, yeah, I'd like to own one of these. I put my pen to paper, did my maths and all the rest of it. And as well as doing that, I was also looking into, the life on the waterways of UK. The River Thames, all that sort of stuff. And pen to paper, it was looking alright, looking quite achievable, but maybe not one this size, because, it's a bit big. But I do like the style of the Dutch barge. Anyway, at the same time as well, putting pen to paper to check out affordability, I started looking into the canal route system of the United Kingdom, not just the rivers. And it's a good job I was just a little bit short of being able to afford this, because I've realised that I'd like to be able to go down the canal, but this is too big. So I then started to sort of look into other types of boats that can go on the both, go on the canalways and the rivers, depending, that type of flexibility. So this is a bit of a insight into how I became ready to go on the waterways of UK, rivers, canals, and have everything that you need and feel comfortable with to have a good life. Enjoy. They have various names of canal boats, right? This is the wide beam. That's a nice looking wide beam. Loads of them, look right into them. I thought, yeah, that's good. Get on the canalways and what have you. And you see other things like, narrow boats. I'm thinking they're different. They're, just look quite quaint and quintessentially English, British, however you want to call it. Yeah, and there's only me anyway. So I started thinking affordability, over a long period of time, stuff in the bank just in case anything happens to the boat or anything like that. And where can I go? Where can I travel? Because at the same time you look into boats, you start learning more things about it. The length of boat, you sometimes can't turn around. You have to go blinking miles to then turn your boat round. And then certain parts of the canal you can't, say, even turn around and bend or whatever, anything, because you're more than 61 foot or something. So it all starts getting a bit more of a thought process going behind it. So I was hunting through all the, places like Apollo Duck and all that sort of stuff, checking out, different sizes of, canal boats, really. This is what you call a wide beam. And like I say, single man, all that sort of stuff, I started looking at. I could feel myself with a duster in my hand more than blinking anything else, And I'll show you what a narrow beam looks like now. Yeah, and as you can see, this is a narrow boat. Okay, it's a lot narrower than the one before. So I thought, nice one. But then you got to start thinking about the length of it. Where you can go, where you can turn around. Things like that. Simplifying things, making it easier, and all this sort of stuff, really. The actual looking into it gets more, interesting, really. Yeah, so I started looking down this path of looking at the different sort of boats and lengths of boats and things like that. As you can see, you have narrow boat styles. You've got the traditional, which is basically got a small back here, 2 buds, enough room for 2 buds, and off you go. Right, you've then got the semi-traditional, aka semi-trad. So you got just a bit more of a space here, basically. Yeah, and a lot of people put hoods on here, so it looks, they call it a pram hood. Like you're getting a pram. So basically what I'm saying is there's different styles to the narrow boats. There's working narrow boats and things like that. But these are the 3 basic looks, yeah? That one, that one, that one. I even looked into another kind of boat. I'll have a look at that now. I even looked into these style of boats as well. They like river cruises. Very, very nice. The only thing that puts me off about it is when you're, on the canals and things like that, you get narrow boats, big steel narrow boats, right? So you can come, those on holiday or whatever, or just doing things wrong, they can come and smash straight into you and put a hole in your boat, and your boat can sink because it's fiberglass. That's what puts me off. And these are the styles of river cruisers boats that I was on about. Something like that. If you're on the canals on a boat like this, and a narrowboat hits that or whatever, like you sink, basically. So, I'd rather stick with the side of the non-sinkables, really. That's the best way to say it. Look at the non-sinkables. Dutch barge is too big. Wide beam is too big because you can't get to all the canals in the country. You can't go down them all. If you're going to cruise around, you want to go in as many places as you can. The long ones are too long as well because certain places you can't turn around. Yeah, and you've got to go blinking miles to then be able to turn around. So there's that to look into. Also, as well, through the seasons of like your winter period, when you're mooring up, say, for 3 months or whatever, the length of your boat depicts how much you pay. Okay? So you've got to take lots in consideration. So after a long debate within myself, with my maths, affordability, my needs, my would likes, and all that sort of stuff, the safety angle of it all, everything. This style, this size of narrowboat is what I'm looking at. Okay, a bit of space at the back here. Put a canopy on the back if you need be, if it actually, pelts it down. Yeah. Something about this size. I'll give you an idea what they look like inside. And this gives you an idea of how you can have it looking inside. Okay? So, very nice indeed. There's lots to think about. Lots of hidden costs and all that sort of stuff. But there is one thing about the actual steel narrowboat. One thing. It's to do with buying one, really, and working out all the, ifs and buts and maybes. Because you've got to look at the base plate, make sure it's not worn down too much, because you can have a few £1,000 just to change the base plate. You've got loads of other hidden costs and stuff like that. You've got some money in the bank just to cover your engine, let's say. It goes on and on and on. But this is the sort of standard that I'm looking at after my, quite a long time of looking into this sort of thing. So I put my, how can you say, pen to paper. I put my ideas together. Shall I do one that's already been done up a little bit so I can move into it straight like this? Or shall I just get a shell and start building it on the inside and save a few grand and all that sort of stuff? And looking at this, I could do this sort of stuff anyway. Give or take a little bit of hand with electrics and that. But, I'm thinking this is the sort of standard. The size of the boat before is the sort of size. Okay. However, it is the understanding and paying of surveys and what have you to actually find the boat you actually want, or the shell that you want to then start working on. And I'd rather have it a little bit easier than that. So I come up with a really good idea. It's got me on the British waters of UK. It's got me on the canals. I can go where I want. I can turn around where I want. Yeah? Moor up very cheaply. The lot. Yeah, one of these. Yeah? All you got to do, right, put your kit in there. Yeah? With a tent. Right? Little cooking thing and whatever. Like you do when you're camping. Get in there and just plonk yourself on the canal. And when the barges come by and create ripples or whatever, the narrow boats, they bump into you that way or this way, yeah, that's the way you go, man. Yeah, and that's cruising the cut. You don't care. It just takes you there.